Ladies and gentlemen, young dreamers, old warriors, confused graduates, frustrated entrepreneurs, tired parents, and all those who think success is a microwave. You press the button and boom, millionaire. Let me tell you, life is more like a rice cooker, slow, steaming, and sometimes noisy. But if you're patient enough, it will feed you. Not instantly, not easily, but faithfully. You see, life rewards those who wait with purpose, not those who quit when it's still raw inside. Today I want to talk to you about something extremely powerful, more valuable than Bitcoin because it doesn't crash overnight, more stable than the stock market because it won't panic when Elon Musk tweets, and definitely more exciting than your ex's apology text because this one actually changes something. I'm talking about being the change you want to see. Yes, I know you've heard it before. It's been on t-shirts, coffee mugs, and probably one of your cousin's Instagram bios. Gandhi said it first. I just borrowed it. But I added a twist because I'm not here to repeat. I'm here to reframe. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. That's beautiful, but also big. The world? That's 8 billion people, 195 countries, and one UN that can't even agree on lunch. So let's zoom in. I say, be the change you want to see in your world. Your world, the one inside your home, your office, your habits, your bank account, your thoughts. Because that's where your problems live. That's where your fears rent space. And that, my friend, is where real transformation begins. Before you save the world, save your morning routine. Before you demand change from others, build it into yourself. When I started Alibaba, I didn't know how to code. In fact, I still don't know how to code. If you gave me a laptop and told me to build a website, I would probably break it. But I had an idea. I wanted to help small businesses in China sell to the world. Everyone told me, Jack, wait. The market will mature. The government will support you. Investors will come. I said, no, I don't want to wait. I want to be the change. If I waited, Alibaba would still be just a strange word in the dictionary, maybe a name for a cat. But instead, we built something huge, not because we had money, not because we had connections, but because we had conviction. Listen carefully. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll be broke, bald, and bitter before anything happens. So many people say, I wish my boss were different. I wish my wife were more supportive. I wish my country had better leaders. Hey, what are you doing? This is not a Netflix series. You can't just sit back and expect someone else to fix your life. Let me ask you, if you want clean water, do you wait for the rain or do you build a well? The problem is many people treat their lives like broken phones. I hope the next update fixes my laziness. No, you are not an iPhone. There is no update coming. You must change yourself. Look in the mirror. That person is both the problem and the solution. And let's be honest, some of us need to stop blaming the system when we're just being lazy. Don't call your failure capitalism when it's just procrastination with a PhD. I know what you're thinking. But Jack, change is hard. Yes, of course. That's why most people don't do it. That's why you still see people using the same password for everything, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 10 years. Come on. Let me tell you a secret. Comfort is more dangerous than failure. When you fail, you learn. When you're comfortable, you sleep through life. Most people are not stuck because they don't have opportunity. They're stuck because they don't want to feel uncomfortable. But growth only happens when you stretch. If you want six-pack abs, you don't get them by watching Netflix and eating noodles. You get them by sweating, suffering, and saying no to the third slice of pizza. Very painful. Same with life. If you want to grow, you have to challenge yourself. You have to say, I will wake up early even if my bed cries for me. I will read books even if TikTok is calling. I will face my fear even if it makes me sweat like a chicken in a KFC commercial. Let me be honest, people dream too big and act too small. They say, I want to change the world, and then can't even change their bed sheets. People say, I want to be a billionaire, but spend 5 hours arguing online about which superhero is stronger. Listen, Superman doesn't pay your bills. You want to be the change? Start with small habits. Make your bed. Learn one new skill every week. Stop gossiping. It doesn't make you smarter. Practice gratitude. Complaining is not a business model. At Alibaba, we didn't become successful overnight. First, we changed our mindset, then our habits, then our business, then the world noticed. So don't aim to impress the world. Aim to improve yourself. The world will be impressed eventually. You know the biggest reason people don't change? They are waiting for someone to tell them, you can do it. Guess what? That someone is you. Let me tell you a funny story. When I was trying to pitch Alibaba in the early days, 30 out of 30 investors said no. One guy even said, "This is the worst idea I've ever heard." I smiled and said, "Thank you. I'll make sure you regret it." Now I don't even remember his name. He probably remembers mine though, every time he checks Forbes. The point is, don't wait for validation. The world won't believe in you until you believe in yourself. Don't ask people, "Do you think I can do it?" Ask yourself, "Why the heck not?" You don't need a title to lead. You don't need a degree to start. You don't need followers to have a vision. You just need to start. Be foolish, be brave, be consistent. Let me tell you something you might not hear in a business school lecture. Smart people fail a lot. Not because they aren't intelligent, no. They can calculate ROI in their sleep. They fail because they overthink everything. They suffer from analysis paralysis. You know, that condition where you think so much, your dreams expire from boredom. I've seen brilliant minds sit on the sidelines of life like it's a math problem they're still trying to solve. They say things like, "What if I fail? What if the market changes? What if people laugh at me?" And while they're busy sketching perfect plans on whiteboards, guess what the so-called fool is doing? Trying, that's it. No fancy spreadsheets, no Harvard strategy, just simple actions. Foolish people say things like, "Let me try. Let's see what happens. I'll fix it on the way." And that's why they win, because they're in the game, not watching it. You see, I was never the smartest person in the room. In fact, I was usually the guy people politely ignored. But I had one secret weapon. I was willing to be the idiot who tried. I asked the dumb questions, made the clumsy pitches, launched the awkward prototypes. I kept showing up when others gave up. That made all the difference. So, if you have an idea, start. If you want to change your life, act. If you want to change your family, behave differently. Don't wait to be perfect. Perfection is just procrastination in a tuxedo. Start ugly. Start awkward. Start with shaky hands. But for heaven's sake, start now. Because the fool who moves will always go further than the genius who hesitates. Too many people are stuck in systems they hate. They say, "This job is killing me." Then quit or change how you approach it. At Alibaba, we didn't copy Silicon Valley. We created our own culture. In China, we were told, "You can't succeed without government backing." I said, "Watch me. You don't need to follow the old game. Build a new one. If the job doesn't value you, build your own. If the school doesn't teach you, learn online. If society ignores you, stand louder. Be your own revolution." The best way to protest is to become so excellent they have no choice but to notice. When I see people who succeed, I always ask, "What changed in you before success arrived?" And almost always they say, "I stopped caring what others think. I started waking up early. I began learning instead of complaining." Change yourself so deeply that even your problems don't recognize you anymore. Imagine this. Your past comes knocking and says, "Hey, remember failure?" And you say, "Sorry, that was the old me. The new me has a gym membership, a new mindset, and a purpose." Be that good, be that committed, be that change. People think, once I change, life will be easy. No, once you change, life will test you harder. You'll face people who doubt you. You'll feel tired, angry, lost. You'll want to go back to your old ways. But stay strong. Keep evolving. Keep learning. You don't become great by changing once. You become great by changing every day. I still change. I still learn. I still fail. But I don't quit. Because the moment you stop changing, you start decaying. Let me leave you with this. Change doesn't mean becoming cold and serious. It means becoming wiser and lighter. Learn to laugh at yourself. Smile at your mistakes. Help others along the way. Be kind not because the world is kind, but because you are. Be funny not because life is always fun, but because laughter makes the pain softer. Be unstoppable not because you never fall, but because you always rise. You don't need a big stage to make a difference. You don't need a lot of money to make an impact. You don't need everyone's approval to change your life. All you need is one decision. I will be the change I want. If the world needs more honesty, be honest. If the world needs more hope, be hopeful. If your family needs strength, be strong. If your community needs a leader, stand up. And if nobody believes in you, believe in yourself. I started with nothing. I had 24 rejections from jobs. Even KFC didn't hire me, but look at me now. Not because I'm special, but because I chose to be the change every single day. And you can too. So go out there. Shock the world with your growth. Confuse your past with your progress. Embarrass your excuses with your execution. And remember, if you want to see the world change, start by changing your socks, then your habits, then your mind, then your life. Thank you. Be the change. And don't forget to smile even during hard times. Life is too short to be serious all the time.